into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
It's just gone 7 o'clock on a Monday morning. A very good morning to you, beautiful early risers, and welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast show. My name is Katla Maboy, alongside Jared Ricketts, Roderick McKay on the piano and the vocals, ready to inspire you as we start this brand new week. And we've got all things Motivational Monday on Expresso this morning. Today we shed light on some of our local sports stars doing good in their community. We're also talking about doing good in your community, and our very own Jared Ricketts has been busy this weekend. Tell me about what you've been up to this past weekend.
So I've got the Jared Ricketts Foundation.
Lovely.
And I was very fortunate to collaborate with an organization called Things on Wheels and Inspire Network. And together we were able to feed the community of Alces River.
Wow, man.
Especially all the little kids. It was an amazing feeling just being able to give back in that way.
Wow, man.
And just to see the smiles on those children's faces, just sort of their faith being restored and their hope being restored. It was a wonderful experience.
Absolutely. And so is this an ongoing thing through the Jared Ricketts Foundation? How can people support?
Yes, no, I'd like to make it an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
So I've got a show on Sunday, lunchtime live is happening again.
Live.
The 12th of July, and it's happening at 2 o'clock. Tickets are available at Quicket for 70 Rand, and proceeds will go to the foundation where we are able to further, impact positively.
Wonderful stuff. And also you'll be impacting us positively with some wonderful tunes for #Gospel Monday. Of course, you voted on Friday, and Jared will be performing those two songs a little bit later on. Cannot wait. We've just been treated to a wonderful sound check, and I know that they will be uplifting your spirits for sure. And there you can see Oceans was the outright winner, but of course you are doing two, and the second one that you're doing is...
They'll have to wait and see.
Oh, what?
They'll
Okay.
have to wait and see.
Here's a surprise. It's going to be quite a Monday morning. Welcome to it. Let's say hello to the rest of the team. What's up, guys?
Good morning, you
Good morning.
beautiful people. My name is Raul Demone, of course, the illustrious Summer right here.
Jamie Lee Domberg reporting live this Monday morning. It's going to be a very interesting Monday because literally 5 seconds before live, my earring just fell out. So it's going to be that kind of Monday. But of course, Jared Ricketts is in the studio to uplift our spirits and keep that positivity flowing, because that's what it's all about this morning. We are speaking about, the local sports stars in your community or just in South Africa that has just been impacting the community with giving back during this time. So we want to know and want to find out by you which local sports stars do you look up to for their good deeds and why. Let us know on our social media, Expresso Morning Show. And remember to connect with us throughout the show. We absolutely love hearing from you. Who do you look up to?
Jamie, it's got to be, I think currently right now, Sia Khaleesi is doing the most with the big voice that he... There's your Monday for you. Doing the most with the big voice that he has. I think the words that he's speaking and what he's bringing to light in terms of creating awareness is just absolutely exceptional. And the fact that he's going back into the community to show that bridge and to give that inspiration, I think it's just phenomenal. So he's sharing the love, and I think a lot of our South African athletes are, and it's so needed right now, so yeah.
Absolutely, and we also want to hear more from you at home, so again, let us know. But right now, we are going to get into those news headlines for the first time with Kat.
It's 3 minutes past the hour. Let's take a look at those news headlines on this Monday morning. On the national news front, Auditor General Kimi Makwetu has just released his report on local government financial management over the past year and said wastage of municipalities had increased by 7 billion rand to 32 billion rand. Makwetu said poor financial management and failure to hold people accountable are some of the main reasons for the wastage. Only 8% of municipalities received clean audits, 1 each in Eastern Cape, Gauteng, KZN, Limpopo, Northern Cape, 2 in Mpumalanga and 13 in the Western Cape. In other news, Basic Education Minister Angie Motshekga yesterday confirmed grade 6 and 11 pupils and some grade Rs would be returning to school today, but said provinces that were not prepared for grade Rs had until the end of the month to accept pupils. She reiterated that all grades that are part of the second cohort should return to school not later than the end of July. She added that it is critically important that grade R and pre-grade R learners who have already returned to schools must remain in schools, and those schools that meet the necessary protocols should reopen. Meanwhile, Eastern Cape Premier Lubabalo Oscar Mabuyane welcomed the arrival of military healthcare practitioners in Port Elizabeth yesterday morning to boost the provincial government's COVID-19 containment and mitigation strategy. A total of 33 military nurses, 12 doctors and 5 clinical assistants have been deployed to assist the province's Department of Health. The Defence Force members will first be tested for COVID-19 and quarantined before they begin their duties. Meanwhile, the total number of COVID-19 related deaths in the country now stands at 3,199 and total infections at 196,750. On the international news front, the mystery of elephants dying north of the Okavango Delta in Botswana is yet unresolved, with carcasses being found almost daily. The carcasses of some 400 elephants have been discovered so far, mostly near natural waterholes in Mopane woodland and along trails. Now, some had collapsed on their chests almost in mid-step, suggesting sudden death. Live elephants near water sources have been observed to be lethargic and disoriented. Poaching was not suspected, as tusks were not removed, nor is cyanide, as scavengers who were feeding on the carcasses would also have died. And now news of other happenings at Austria's Grand Prix. Formula One motor racing fans were yesterday elated when the opening meeting of the 2020 season eventually took place. Valtteri Bottas in his Mercedes claimed victory in Austria, with teammate Lewis Hamilton crossing the line in second, but being placed fourth after being handed a 5-second time penalty. Now, the race was special in more ways than one. All the drivers issued a collective statement on Saturday saying that they were united against racism and prejudice. Before the race, they also took a knee, bar 6 of them, and the post-podium celebrations saw a moment where the drivers posed with an End Racism t-shirt. Hamilton has been extremely vocal in recent months backing the Black Lives Matter movement, and he's been influential in getting his Mercedes team to show its support by changing their famous silver livery to a black design for 2020. Hamilton and Bottas also wore black race suits instead of the usual white. And ahead of the race, Hamilton unveiled a new black helmet design with a Black Lives Matter message on top, and Bottas updated his helmet design to reflect F1's push for diversity, adding the words "stronger together" within a circle of interlocking arms. And now turning our gaze to the world of entertainment, Mzansi was tainted with sadness on Saturday afternoon when it was confirmed that veteran local actress Mama Mary Twala has passed away at the age of 80. She had an illustrious career performing in film, television and theatre, and her credits include Sarafina, Yizo Yizo and Squeezers, for which she won a SAFTA for Best Actress in a TV Comedy in 2015. Now, in 2019, Mama Mary received the Order of Ikamanga Silver from President Cyril Ramaphosa for her achievements in the field of art. The presidency released an official statement on Saturday night, with Ramaphosa writing, "We have lost a unique talent and an endearing human being whose performances brought to life the meaning of being South African and appealed to all South Africans of all generations. We will miss her dearly." Her son, media personality Somizi Mhlongo, paid tribute to his mother on Instagram, writing, "Today is my late father's birthday, and my mom decided to respond to his call to join him in heaven. The tree has fallen. My mom lived to the fullest, achieved beyond her dreams, and it hurts like hell. I won't lie. Lala Mama." Our most heartfelt condolences to her family, and may her soul rest in eternal peace. And on that note, let's take a first look at the weather for this Monday morning. Here's Jamie.
Thank you so much, Kat. A very good morning to you, South Africa. It's a start of a brand new day, a start of a brand new week. Let's have the first look at the weather today. But first, some sunrise pictures from you. This one comes from Elise Preston from Piketberg. Now, Piketberg can expect a low of 7 degrees and will reach a high of 22 degrees. Here's another one from Linda Macmillan saying, "Good morning, Expresso family from Durban." Now, Durban, your temperatures range from a minimum of 15 degrees, reaching a high of 23 degrees. Thank you to both Elise and Linda for your sunrise pictures. I hope you have a great morning further. Now, Japan's meteorological agency yesterday said it had never seen rainfall so severe as on the island of Kyushu during the past few days. Now, the unprecedented rains caused flooding and landslides. One man said he saw large trees and parts of houses being washed away and heard them crashing into something. A woman who sought refuge at an evacuation center said she had never imagined rain could be so powerful, while another said she could feel the vibrations of the churning water from a nearby river. Now, dozens of people have succumbed, with many more unaccounted for. 14 victims were found in a nursing home, which was flooded after a nearby river broke its banks. Some 10,000 soldiers are being sent to help rescuers, and more rain was forecast in the region today. Now, bring it back home. The South African Weather Service has warned of extremely high fire danger conditions in these parts of the country: the northern and southeastern parts of the Northern Cape, the central Karoo of the Western Cape, and the northwestern areas of the Eastern Cape. And right now, here are the temperatures for the rest of the country. Clear skies are expected for you. Polokwane with a low of 4 and a high of 25 degrees. Umbombela 9.27. And for you, Pretoria, your minimum temperature is 6, peaking at 24 degrees. Johannesburg 6.22. Mahikeng 4.26. And if you do find yourself in Klerksdorp, your range is 2 to 23 degrees. Kimberley 4.22. And then Bloemfontein starts their day with below 0 today at -1 with a high of 22 degrees. Richards Bay 14.25. Pietermaritzburg, your low is 10 with a maximum of 25. And again, if you do find yourself in South Africa's playground, Durban, your minimum temperature is 15, reaching a maximum of 23 degrees. Umtata 5.25. East London 14.25. Craddock for you, your low is 6 with a high of 25. And then partly cloudy conditions expected for Port Elizabeth today, with a minimum temperature of 12 and a high of 25. George 11.23. And if you do find yourself in Cape Town, the mother city, your low is 10 with a high of 18 with a 40% chance of rain today. Worcester 9.23. Sutherland -5 with a high of 20. And then last but not least, a sunny day is expected in Uppington with a low of 6 and a high of 26. But of course, whatever the weather, wherever you find yourself, make sure it is a feel-good kind of day.
Well, it is a brand new day. It's the start of a brand new week, and you're in for a treat here on your Feel Good Breakfast show, because on Friday, Jared Ricketts, and accompanied by Roderick McKay, the pianist, presented 3 songs for you to choose from that they had prepared for upliftment today. And you've made your choices. You've made your votes coming through with the hashtag Gospel Mondays on our Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show, SABC3, as well as our Twitter page. And of course, Oceans is the first song that has come out at the top of your selections. And here's Jared Ricketts with Roderick McKay performing Oceans.
You call me out upon the water, the great unknown, where feet may fail. And there I find you in the mystery, in oceans deep, my faith will stand. And I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours and you are mine. of my Savior.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you.
Hey, hey.
Good morning, you beautiful people. It's Monday, and of course, we are celebrating all you special human beings that are celebrating another revolution around the sun.
Oh, yes, it's that time of the day where we wish you, our beautiful viewers, our loyal and loved viewers, a very happy birthday. If it's your birthday today, well, you share this day with the legend, Makhaya Ntini. Remember Makhaya Ntini? We all love him. He turns 43 years old today, which is fitting since we are celebrating our local sports stars today. And so we're celebrating him. He was the first black player to play for the South African national cricket team and was recognized as one of South Africa's and the world's premier fast bowlers. And in 2003, he became the first South African to take 10 wickets at the prestigious Lord's Ground. And in 2006, he was awarded a benefit by Border for his 10-year service to the game. Such accomplishments. Makhaya Ntini, happy birthday, man.
Absolute
43
legend,
on
man.
it.
That guy got me bowling shadow balls in the passage at home every single morning. He was so good.
He's definitely inspired the careers of so many cricketers and young people out there. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, indeed. Now, of course, to everybody out there at home, it's your time in the morning, and we are celebrating Mark's birthday this morning. A very happy 59th birthday to my babe, my husband, my Mark Mulder. You are the best part of my life, and I love spending time with you. Here's to another 59 years from your wife, Crystal. Happy birthday to you, Mark. And I see Vincent with that lovely tash in the building. We wish Vincent a very happy and blessed 57th birthday. May our Lord Jesus grant you your heart's desires. This comes with lots of love from your wife, Sandra, and of course your daughter, Alison. Happy birthday, your pump suave, Vincent, you.
Vince. Look, we've got a sweet 16 in the house today. It's Enrique's birthday. Happy sweet 16th to you, Enrique. May all your days be happy and your smile never change to a tear. Love from your mummy, your granny, and your family. Happy birthday, boy. And then Mbali's 22 today. Happy 22nd birthday to the beautiful Mbali Sibuyi. I hope your day is special and everyone treats you well. Wishing you all the happiness today and forever. And this is from the Big M.
Looking stunning indeed. And now, Tandy, we're celebrating celebrating a happy 23rd birthday to Tandiwe Mo. Your work all year round is exceptional today. Relax and have fun with Adok, and you only get one birthday a year, so enjoy it. And that's love spoken from thoughts. And then we've got another 5th birthday to Shiloh, saying, may God bless you more, my sweet child. Love from Ma, Irene, Uncle Paul, Nikita, and Keenan. Shiloh, I hope you are blessed with many, many more of those beautiful roses as well on your special day.
Here's a big one. Life starts at 50, and here's someone who's about to experience all of that. It's Christy's 50th birthday today, and it says happy 50th birthday to Christy. May the gift of love, the gift, peace, hope, and happiness be yours today and always. Know that you are always loved. Best wishes from your family, Shama, Ashoka, Delani, Anira, Chanel, and Alistair. And of course, if you are celebrating all of your birthdays today, well, there's one more special one. You happen to be sharing your birthday with the one and only, the illustrious Brian Demone!
Happy birthday to you.
Hey,
Happy birthday to you.
come on!
Happy birthday to Ryan. Happy birthday to Ryan.
Come on, somebody! Woohoo! 52 on it, Raul Demone. Happy birthday!
Thank you so much.
Put it
Thomas.
here.
Thank you so much, Jared, and everyone else in the studio for the love. You guys are incredible. And everybody else sharing their birthday with me today. Let's have a magic one, yes!
It's a celebration. We're going to celebrate. But listen, if you'd like to send your loved one a birthday message and wish them well on the show, send us a WhatsApp video, 071-640-6551. You can also email your birthday wishes to birthdays@cardova.tv. Also, Game's 50th birthday celebration brings back some beautiful memories of a dad buying his son's very first bike. That's something to look forward to. Happy birthday, Ron! Put it here again!
Yes, this is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, on SABC3. Thanks for joining us at the start of a brand new day. Now, we all remember our first bike and that first ride. Now, for our next guest, Ross Steinbank, who joins us via video call, that memory is still very clear as day from almost 30 years ago when his dad let him choose his first bike at a games store. Now, he's joining us to chat about this memory and, of course, the importance of building father-son memories that last as Games celebrates its customers and, of course, their favorite game store memories in celebration of their Thrifty 50 birthday. Ross, it's so good to have you with us, man. A very good morning.
Good morning to you guys. It's nice to be here. Good morning to your viewers as well.
Ross, you are hitting all the feels, taking us all the way back to our first childhood memory. But what exactly prompted you to enter with this specific game store's memory? Tell us a bit more about it and also the relationship it helped build with you and your father.
Well, yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, as soon as I saw the email, I mean, I get emails from Game all the time, obviously because I shop there. But when I saw this one, it just kind of it was like a light bulb. I remember that incident, and it brought back all the memories of when my dad took me to Game to buy. He took me to Game all the time, but that specific time when we bought the bike, that was just something I'll always remember.
I want to know, did you know that was going to happen, or was it a massive surprise for you?
To be honest with you, I was like 2 years old, so I don't remember much. That really sticks out to me, because I remember from going to the store, picking the bike, riding it out of the store,
Wow.
past the cashiers and all of that stuff. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Oh, that's so cute, man.
Do you remember your dad's reaction? Maybe was he like, whoop, yep, we're going on to big bike now? Or what?
My dad was, him and I had a really good relationship, and we did a lot of things together. So he would always push me, and he would always plan for me. He always had my back. He thought I could do anything.
Wow, man, that's beautiful. I want to still try and see if I can maybe tap into this memory a little bit. What made you choose that particular bike?
It was the one. I mean, I just saw it. I fell in love with it. I got onto it, and he said, "Is that the one?" I said, "That's the one." I said, "I'm riding it." He said, "Ride it, boy. Ride it." And I refused to get off. boss the tills, he paid, and I still wouldn't get off the bike. They had training wheels at the time. I couldn't even ride though. But I remember that day, and everything that happened after that as well.
You speak so fondly about the memories with your dad. What exactly is it of, the game stores that reminds you of him?
My dad bought everything at Game, and when I go to Game, like it makes me feel like normal. So that's what I did with my dad. He used to buy sweets there and hide them from us and do all kinds of things. I really it's just him for me.
Yeah. I can see it's like in your DNA almost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They say first impressions last, and that's what it is. Like when I first started going to Game, I used to go with my dad. So. That's just it for me. That's the whole connection between it. It's just he taught me about it, and I still buy there now and I shop there now because of shopping there with him.
Yeah. Now, so to celebrate the 50th birthday, Game is running the Thrifty 50 trolley dash competition. So what would you put into your trolley if you were having a dash around a game?
I think I could use something from every aisle in Game. The product range is that vast. I could probably use something from anywhere. But if I was to run around there, I think I'd probably go through the baby aisle first and get as much baby stuff as I can get. Maybe to the appliances and get some baking appliances for my lady. I don't know. There's so many things. I'd probably just grab everything as I ran through the house because everything that's in there is something that somebody uses.
Ross, I thought you were going to get a bike. Like, I don't know why. I thought you were going to get like a bigger bike with now this time.
Big boy bike.
A big boy bike, you know what I mean?
Not yet. Yes. So maybe in a year or two, me and my little one will be doing what me and my dad did many years ago.
Yeah, and you know exactly where to find that first bike. Ross, thank you very much for joining us and for that lovely chat. Really enjoyed exploring that memory with you.
Thank you guys so much. Keep well, keep safe.
Now, to enter the Thrifty 50 Trolley Dash competition, go to Game's Facebook page to complete the Thrifty 50 personality quiz. Now, once you have completed the quiz, all you have to do is share it on your Facebook, Instagram or Twitter page with the hashtags #BDayGotGame and #Thrifty50. Now, remember those T's and C's do apply and can be found on expressoshow.com, and the competition runs until the 10th of July 2020.
And also remember, if you're going into a game store from the 24th until the 14th of July, that's 24 June to the 14th of July, and you spend 250 Rand or more, you can fill in your details on your till slip and then drop it into that competition box in store to stand a chance of winning a share of 1 million Rand in game vouchers daily.
welcome back. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And of course, you know what time it is. We are all about being inspired by our sports stars this morning. And I thought to take you through a blow-by-blow of a workout, typically done by a rugby player. And of course, I'm joined by the ever illustrious.
Ever ready for a workout, always living at the gym.
Yeah, we've got Tabiso in the building, of course, guys. We're doing something special. Tubbs, I know how you mentioned to me how much you love watching all these rugby players, and I thought, let's get it down, let's shake and bake it, let's take you through the paces, of course, and see if you've got what it takes. So today, guys, we're doing something really special. It's a full workout that's going to involve an exercise that can associate and assist everybody in every position as a rugby player. So backline, loose forward, and the front row. We've got a workout for you. And if you don't play rugby, this is still going to be an incredible benefit because you are going to burn some calories and burn some fat like you cannot imagine. Tubbs, you ready?
I am ready. Look,
Right.
I know that rugby workouts aren't easy, but I'm up for the challenge.
I love that. Okay, so before we start this workout, what happens is we're going to go through a warm-up phase.
Okay.
And this warm-up will be done after every single exercise as well.
Sweet.
All right, so starting off with something called speed skaters. Everybody on the rugby field needs to be running around, needs to be dodging,
Yeah.
and has a lot of lateral movement. So instead of
Yeah.
just running on the spot,
Okay.
you're going to run side to side over the mat.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Okay, cool.
So right leg will go to the right-hand side
Yeah.
of the mat, and that left leg's off the ground, and then you switch over to the other side. All right, other
Okay.
side of the mat each time. We're doing a skater jump. So left foot, right foot, left foot.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Now bring those arms in as well.
Yeah.
Get those arms involved.
Okay.
There we go.
You have to
Yes.
Sort of bend your back a little bit as well.
Yeah, man, I'm liking that form. Your neutral spine's really good. Looking like a rugby player, my man.
Well, I come from a rugby background, which a lot of people don't know.
Me. I'm very keen to find out more about that right now. Okay, so moving over from the warm-up, we're going to go into our first exercise. Okay, so you've done your speed skaters, 30 seconds on the spot.
Yeah.
Now we're going into our first exercise, which is for the backline players.
Okay, cool.
So we're working on driving and acceleration from this lunge position. Tubbs, you're going to kind of use your right leg to squeeze your glutes forward and then jump up in the air and then come straight back down on the ground with that left leg.
Okay,
Just
cool.
like that. And I want you to try incorporate your hands as
Yeah,
well.
cool.
A nice big uppercut. So you got your right leg on the ground.
Yeah.
That means your right arm is going to uppercut into the air.
Cool.
Give us that explosive power that the backline players need.
Got
All
you,
right, let's
coach.
try it
Got
out.
you, coach.
Yeah, let's go, boy. Yeah. Lovely
yeah?
stuff. Nice big jump there, Tubbs. Keep that uppercut nice and proud. I'm loving your form, brother. Yes, man. I think I definitely recruit you in my team, Tubbs.
Well,
Looking
like
good,
I
brother.
said, I've done this many times.
I need a water boy. No, but it's okay. Guys, of course. We're switching over to the other side now once again. You want to do 10 reps in total. So we're on the left-hand side getting a nice explosive jump.
Right.
Tubbs, make sure that right leg's going to come up now.
Yeah.
Uppercut with the left hand. All right, so uppercut with the left. Bang. Nice stuff, brother. Lovely form. There we go. Keep punching through. Once you guys have done with that 10 reps on each side, we're going to move back to those speed skaters once again.
Okay.
And then we follow over to exercise number 2. Now it's going to get fun. That's why we've got these bands here, Tubbs.
Okay.
But for everybody at home, if you don't have a band, don't worry. Grab a book, grab a heavy water bottle or anything that's heavy that you can grab in front of you, Tubbs. What you're going to do, though, is put your thumbs in the band, thumbs facing up, fingers are in front of you. All right, step number 1. You got that. All right, beautiful. Get the band to go outside the hands as well.
Yeah, like this.
Yes, there we go. Beautiful. Now you're going to step onto the band and you're going to sit into a nice squat like this. And now you'll see most of the loose forwards in rugby. How's it feel sitting in this position, okay?
Yeah, it's not very comfortable,
Not
but
at all.
I suppose it's not about comfort here.
No, it's about performance, my friend. All right, so loose forwards are often lifting the backline players or their loose forwards up to get that ball. So we're going to press straight up in front of us, feel those shoulders, get nice and high, and then go straight back down to the ground. Beautiful form, my friend. Squeeze those glutes on the way up, loving that, and then you're going to do a nice press. And almost imagine lifting your rugby player right up in front of you. You're in that line out, and you want to help him just grab that ball and make sure that we took that 3, brother.
Come on, my pimpy!
All right, guys, so 10 reps in total. That'll sort you out with this exercise. And then once again, of course, we're going to the speed skaters, get the glutes warming. But now, let's get a little bit technical. You can put the bands down. We're going to pretend like we're loose forward now.
Okay,
All right,
cool.
So not loose forward, a front row. So they're taking a lot of impact, smashing each other in the rucks, in those scrums. So we're going to go down on all fours and assume the same position, okay?
Cool.
So our hands on the ground now, Tubbs. And everybody else, you're going to lift your knees off the ground without arching your back, all right?
Okay, cool.
So you're going to feel just in this position alone, it's quite tough. Your core is engaged. You want to suck your navel towards your spine. Now in this position, we're going to simulate almost the bind. So touch, pause, bind, and then we're engaging. And how we're going to do this by lifting one arm up without shaking all over the show and just bring it out in front of you and punch. Beautiful, Tubbs, beautiful. There we go.
Come on, Yankees!
All right, guys, you're going for 10 reps in total on this side. And then, of course, you're going to switch over to the other arm once again, Tubbs. Try not to rotate your body too much. And you're going to keep that core absolutely engaged. Guys, look at this man go. I'm sure you're looking for some talent. You guys need to play in your team. Tubbs is available, everybody. He's a free agent, ready to sign his contract.
And really affordable. Really cheap, really cheap.
Well, there you have it, guys, a rugby-inspired workout. I know you're going to love it, but before we finish off and before I take you to that live workout later on in the show, let's head to the kitchen. Let's refeed.
Come on, scrum!
Yeah!
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA. Made with love by Clover.
Well, there's Ama Boko Boko and the team that Uncle Tabsy captains, Ama Loser Loser. Yeah, tell me go. Hey, relax. It's Monday morning, we're just joking, okay? Anyway, it's time to freshen up your Blue Monday with Clover Fresh Milk. Now, have you noticed something blue in your fridge lately? Have you been asking why has Clover changed their milk bottles to blue? Well, check out some of these blue-mazing yet very funny conspiracy theories.
Morning, everyone. Oh, and I love being blue. Everybody is asking why Clover milk bottles are suddenly blue. And you have been trying to get to the bottom of this. Of Clover milk. I see you. I am blue, deedle, blue, 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 deedle, 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 blue, 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 blue. Is it lamp? Of course it is. And it is fresh and delicious and full of nutrients and obviously made with love. Hats off to those Clover Smurfs. They're damn good.
Whoa, okay, so those are some good theories right there, and we want to hear from you, so head on over to our socials and share your fresh ideas on #WhyCloverBlue. Well, now that we've cheered up your Monday blues a little bit, we're about to make something even better. We've got a fresh breakfast idea for you to try out with the Clover Fresh Milk, and it's the same trusted milk in its new blue look. Now, Nicole is here to show us a baked omelette roll. Have you ever heard of it? No, I haven't either. This is the first time for me as well. It's a recipe that makes for a fantastic vegetarian dinner because, I mean, who said omelettes are only for breakfast? You can make them at any given time indeed. And I'm very excited to see this. The end result looks amazing. Looks like something I would love to eat because
Like
especially
Swiss roll type of thing.
Yeah. Whenever I go to any restaurant for breakfast, right, I'm always ordering. I say, give me an omelette, but like the biggest omelette you've got, and this looks like it.
This is definitely going to be your omelette. But you know what's nice about this, Kat, is like if you are feeding a big family, instead of having to do individual omelettes, you could just do this, slice it up. Done. There is so much dishes and time saved by doing that as well.
So was that what inspired this, kind of taking care of a big family and getting them all around a table too?
You could say that, but also we like to do different, so that's what inspires us as well.
So true.
So in here I've got a little bit of butter and some leeks. So you want to soften those leeks first, then get your mushrooms in, which I'm just letting go for while that's cooking. I'm going to show you how we made this omelette.
Okay.
So we've got, you can use, depending on your sheet pan. So this is quite a big one. So I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 eggs in there. If you're making a smaller one, do 4 eggs. So it's entirely up to you. So you're going to whisk these eggs up, just like you would with a normal omelette. Then you're going to add always your salt and pepper.
Absolutely.
And we should do another pinch of salt on there because there's quite a few eggs in there.
These days, I find I can't do eggs just in general without just some extra spices. So maybe a little bit of paprika. I add in, something to give it a bit of a hey, how you doing?
You could totally do that. You could add some dried oregano as well.
There you go.
Then you're going to add half a cup of your full cream milk, or I'm using a medium cream here because I love this like little convenient handle that we've got on here.
Lovely stuff. And of course, it's packed with 9 essential nutrients and vitamins and the superior quality and taste of Clover Fresh Milk. It's added to this delicious recipe that you can make for the entire family to enjoy.
100%. And you know what, like, I'm keen to see everyone's conspiracy theories. But what I love is like when I do the product sourcing to buy all the ingredients in the shop, like I can immediately see the Clover milk. I'm like, They've got it. So I must say that makes my shopping experience a lot easier.
Now, here's something you might not have known, that each litre of Clover fresh milk undergoes 55 quality tests and has an extended shelf life. And of course, to this recipe, the major ingredient that we're using, of course, is eggs, because we're making an omelette. And eggs are a great source of protein and a great option as well, ideal for meat-free Mondays. And you can add all the sorts of vegetables that you typically would add to any omelette. And to make it to your liking, I would have added some broccoli.
Broccoli,
I'm crazy about broccoli these days.
And would you steam it or like grill it before the time?
I'd actually go just fresh.
Fresh,
Yeah, and
okay.
allow the heat from the omelette to actually cook it, because I like it nice and crunchy.
Okay, nice. That's a really cool idea. So what you do is you're going to pour this into a sheet pan like I've done here. You're going to let it bake in the oven for 10 to 15 minutes, just till it's set. You'll see it blows up like an omelette would, and then it sinks down. So once that's done, then you're going to take your filling ingredients. So we've got a little bit of spinach here that we've just blanched. So we're just
Lovely
going to like
stuff,
scatter
yes.
that. Added nutrients in here. Like
Is that baby spinach?
No, this is actually just Swiss chard.
Swiss chard?
Yeah.
That's an interesting way of using it, yeah.
And I mean, it's so affordable and readily available all year round.
Okay.
Then we're going to add some cheese. We've got some Clover cheddar that we're using here today.
Good, wow.
Add this in. Then you're going to take your filling that we've sauteed up here. See, that's why I got it going in the beginning, so it would be perfect timing.
Oh, and it's going to melt the cheese now. Look at you.
So you want to remove your thyme sprigs, which are added in there. I also added garlic in there while we're talking.
Oh, my word, that's amazing.
Then, like a Swiss roll, you're going to fold it up.
I'm assuming this is the most challenging part.
It seems challenging, but once you got that first roll,
Yes.
you're good to go.
Go. Oh, look at that.
Boom. That is quite the monster, isn't it?
Oh, wow.
So
The delicious monster.
a delicious monster, exactly. You're going to pop more cheese on here, pop it back in the oven,
Yes.
to let the cheese melt like that. And then you're going to serve it up after about, I'd say about 15 minutes, maybe even 5, depending on how long your oven takes to melt the cheese.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
that's it. Easy as that, Kat.
Yes. We've certainly turned your Monday blues upside down. Of course, head on over to our website, expressoshow.com, to get your hands on the recipe. And of course, don't forget to share your thoughts on #WhyCloverBlue. Now, here's a quick recap in case you missed any of the steps. That's good. Wow.
Made with love by Clover.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA. Made with love by Clover.
are still kicking it alive here with your Feel Good Breakfast crew right here at Expresso Morning Show. Now, throughout the morning, we'll be connecting with local sports stars who are involved in some wonderful initiatives, to help alleviate the effects of the COVID-19 crisis right now that we're all experiencing. And one of them being from Francois Pinard, who captained the Springbok squad to victory in the 1995 Rugby World Cup. He's such an icon who was praised by the late Nelson Mandela for his leadership of the team and his attempts to reach out to all sectors of South African society. And he had this to say.
Oh, he's had so many motivating words to share with us, but this is what he once said that stood out for us this morning. He said, "If I can successfully conduct my family life with integrity, honesty, and ensure that whatever I do, I am encouraging, motivating, and driving the people in my life to work hard, give back, and be humble, then I have been successful." Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. And that's exactly his nature, Francois Pinard. I mean, he's really been such an inspiring force in the South African sporting landscape. And to see him still be able to be that person today is such an inspiring thing. But of course, let's find out how sports stars Wayne Boardman and Trevor Nyakane give back in their One Cup of Pap initiative.
When former Sharks and Stormers lock Wayne Boardman first pulled together what he could just to provide one meal for one person, I don't think he could have imagined that small gesture would evolve into the One Cup of Pap initiative that is now feeding, providing toys and other essentials for hundreds and attracting more than just a PR endorsement from no less than 3 different eras of Rugby World Cup winning Springboks. Our body is taking a break from his frenetic rollout schedule to join us via video, along with one of the more recent World Cup winners in the form of Trevor Nyakane. Welcome, gentlemen. Great to see you.
Thank you very much. Great to be here. Thank you very much. Thanks for having us.
I got to say, Trevor, just to see your smile, man, makes me so happy. We've missed seeing you, man. We've missed you so much.
Yes, yeah. It's been tough. Hopefully, the people will get to see more of it. So I can't wait for everything to settle down so that we can get back and enjoy ourselves again. But I'll always say the smile will always remain. So even COVID can't take that away.
I love it, man. And of course, you guys have given enough reasons for others to smile as well. Wayne, well done on starting what looks like something truly special that has grown exponentially. And it sounds like the initiative really did have the most humble beginning. How did this all start?
Yeah, thank you. So I think on that sort of first week of lockdown, everybody was unsure. We didn't know what the future was, and I just felt I went out on that first Saturday to go and buy groceries for myself and an area that I run and cycle on the Braamfontein Spruit. I know that there's a couple of communities around us, and I just thought it would be a nice gesture to spend 300 or 400 rand and go and drop off some groceries and just see how these guys are doing. Well, I can tell you, if we were unsure and uncertain in those early days of lockdown, these guys were probably, I would say, fearful, and they really didn't know where they were going to get their next meal. So that's where it started. I mean, it was a wonderful experience. And then I reached out to my sort of immediate community, the area that I live in Paulshof. And just by email, I mean, the people hadn't really met me, and I asked them if they would be prepared to donate. And I would do the work. I would go and buy the bulk pup and I would pack it. And the donations were amazing. The people were amazing. A lot of people had never met me. We don't have an NGO. And they just were so forthcoming and so supportive of the initiative. Dave van Husselen, also an ex-Springbok, I played with him at the Stormers. He kind of reached out, and that's where we started getting the support of people like Joel Stransky, John Smith, Trevor. I mean, Trevor's been amazing with that smile. He's actually been with us every single Friday from almost sunrise to sunset.
Wow.
It's been an amazing initiative.
How many people are you currently feeding now as we fast forward to the point that you are? How has that initiative evolved?
So we started with a few small communities, and there's one fairly large community on our doorstep here in Fourways, sort of Paulshof. About 650 people. The funny thing is that each week it grows by about another 50. So I think as the word gets out, guys are coming in from sort of all over.
That's incredible, and hopefully it will continue to evolve. So, Trevor, I've got to ask you this. I've actually been dying to ask you this because before we went into lockdown, it seemed like the World Cup had just happened yesterday. In fact, I think the party was still going on. I was certainly still celebrating it. Now we fast forward a few months down the line and just a few months into lockdown, and it feels like a lifetime ago. Are you still dwelling on what you guys achieved? Do you still think about it? Is the World Cup still fresh in your mind?
You know what? It was an amazing thing. I think that the guys we managed to pull off, and I think it was something that South Africa needed very much at the time to just unite everyone and just bring everyone together. But you know, I told myself in the beginning of the season that you know what, the World Cup is done now. You need to go back to square one, come back down to earth, and work as hard as you did just to be able to get into a team again. So yeah, I tried to put it behind my back, but at the end of the day, I mean, it's a big achievement. I won't lie and play it down and say, you know what, it's over and all that. I think even when you still try to drive around here, still people still say thank you very much for what you guys have done for the country. So you keep being reminded of it, and I won't lie. I mean, I framed the jersey with the mini World Cup and put it in my front door. So every time I walk in there, I
love it. I've no doubt that the mental strength that you had to develop through your own World Cup journey with the injury woes, having to kind of deal with that situation would have obviously given you a bit of strength to deal with not playing right now. But I've got to ask, when you got involved with Wayne, did you expect to be doing the kind of heavy lifting that you've been doing? Because I've seen the pictures, you've been on the production line lugging kilos of pup, man. Were you physically prepared for that level of conditioning?
You know, I was actually surprised. I didn't think it was going to be that taxing on the body, but I thought it was just going to be something where I just hand out a few things and that's about it. So when I got invited, you know what, I was sitting at home and it's hard training in the garage and all that. So I just decided, you know what, Trevor, this is a Friday where you just train and that's about it. And you can literally just go out and try and help out and make a difference in someone's life. And I decided to do that, just to take it up. I think I was just invited for that day, but after that I was like a tick. They couldn't get rid of me. So I really very much enjoyed it, and I looked at it as well as a bit of a gym session, an extra gym session. I mean, the kilos of pup that we have to move on a Friday is quite hectic. I don't think our fitness coach can come up with such a hectic exercise. Just to be able to be with other people and just try and make a difference was really amazing. And I think probably from all the lifting of pup, maybe my bench max is better now. Or my squatting as well must be a little bit better. I think I'm going to have a new max push when I go back to training.
I was wondering now how those backline players you mentioned there are going to keep up with John and you, Trevor. But Wayne, I'm going to once.
No, we let the backs do the soup and stuff like that, just small packets and all that. The big boys will do the heavy lifting. So
the top five doing the heavy lifting, tons of pup, tons of baked beans. The backs bring us coffee.
I love it, man. And they keep you entertained. Gentlemen, I wish we had more time, but I'm certainly going to stay in touch with both of you. And who knows where this will be, Wayne, when we reconnect with you in the future. But congratulations, an unbelievable job that you are doing, and clearly making a very big difference in individuals' lives. And then, Trevor, I've got to say, I can't wait to see you smiling on a field again as you destroy in the scrum, my friend. But great to hear that you guys are starting to move back towards Loftus and the rugby field. And to both of you, thank you very much, man.
Are you tired of conference calls, connectivity problems, and need to go on site or be in the boardroom? Well, Mango are soaring the skies once again. As we navigate through this new normal, businesses need to recover, and Mango cares about business. For affordable and reliable business and essential travel, visit www.flymango.com. Go discover more. Go Mango. Book now. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Monday, and we are sending you into the magic. Now, before we do get cooking, though, remember that Woolies, along with the Gift of the Givers, have teamed up to distribute food care packs to families in need. And now, of course, each bag is filled with a balance of protein, fresh fruit, vegetables, and other staples, as well as hygiene products to help curb the spread of COVID-19. Now, if you'd like to get involved, of course, just scan the code on the screen with the SnapScan app or your banking app on your mobile phone and donate today. It's as simple as that, and it costs nothing, as little as 10 Rand to make that huge difference. And of course, any donation will help and will make a big difference in so many people's lives. Now, to the good stuff. Bobotie is South African family favorite that is part of our history and heritage going back many, many years, and I can definitely remember it in my kitchen at home. And bobotie consists of spiced beef, mince, and raisins topped with a creamy custard. That sounds good. And of course, Chef Clem is putting a spin on this Cape Malay culinary by making a classic bobotie tart served with chutney. Perfect for those meat lovers. Clem.
Can I change the name of the dish?
Please, please,
I didn't
spice it
bake
up.
you a cake, right? But if I had to bake you a cake, I wouldn't bake you a flour, sugar, egg cake. No. Because you need a beef cake, don't you? You need a beef cake. This is Ryle's birthday cake. We're going to find some candles, we're going to sort you out. But honestly, this is a birthday cake you'd actually like.
This is, Clem, I appreciate that so much. You know all the boxes that need to be ticked, and you've done so, man. So apart from the candles, let's get this thing going, bro.
For sure. Okay, the first thing I started doing is cooking down my onions. And that's a very important part of it. Whenever you're making any dish, it's very important, like a stew, soup, curry, bobotie like this, you want to cook your onions down. There's a lot of flavor you can develop from onions when you actually cook it low and slow, and let the onions naturally caramelize. A good tip is to actually add a little bit of salt to it. The salt draws out the moisture of the onions, so they kind of like start losing the extra moisture and steaming in that as they soften, which is a great tip. So do that, definitely.
You don't lose the sweetness on that, because that's a high priority for me.
Yeah, you develop the sweetness, which is really great.
I like that.
So then, daily difference. We're all about the daily difference, and right now, mince is everything right now in daily difference, and it's one of the most versatile ingredients you get. Burgers. Hit me with some mince recipes.
Burgers, sausage rolls, small burgers.
Big burgers, little burgers, round burgers, square burgers, burgers. I dig that. That's so small.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. Okay, you and I should totally do that quiz thing together.
No, we will happily fail. Name three things that something would wear. Something big, something small, something medium. Horrible, bro. We'd be horrible.
Okay, I accept that. Okay, so onions are looking beautiful, looking delicious. We can hit it with some garlic, and then we can hit it with some bay leaves. I like bay leaves on top. That's a decoration. It's traditional. But whenever I cook onions, I always add a bit of bay leaves. It just adds like a beautiful aroma to it. So that's gonna.
It definitely makes it so authentic, Clem. I must say, nostalgia coming back in the kitchen here. Obviously from these smells already, but those bay leaves are something that I would always try to hide from in the dish at the end. I know it has all that flavor, but you'd always have that random little leaf that you bite into, and I'm like, Mom, what is this? Why are you putting leaves in here? Little did I know how much flavor it actually had, and you cannot do without it in dishes.
Absolutely.
It's like part of that Malay culture.
You need that flavor in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so once you add that beautiful mince to your pan, you're just gonna break it up slightly. Here's what I like about bobotie and the other recipe we're gonna make later, which is a mince curry. Normally we add our mince first and brown our mince off the kind of like seals. It gets a nice crust. With the bobotie, with the mince curry, you kind of want to melt the mince into the sauce. And I learned that. I did some research on it. This is the one time you kind of want to just let the meat relax into the sauce. So and making the meat sauce.
It bask in the ambiance of the sweet, savory onion.
For sure. We can hit it with that spice blend. Yes, I mean, if you want to bath me in a pool of onions. Not really. No. But anyway, another tradition, raisins going in. So I like adding the raisins at this point so they can kind of suck up, and as they're going to start hydrating as soon as I add a liquid to it. Okay. But then they kind of get flavored with the curry spice as well, which I really, really love. Some people don't. They like originally when I was younger, I didn't like the raisins in bobotie. Now I completely understand it. That bit of sweet pop that you get with the curry spice. It's everything.
And it just breaks everything up and gives it the balance. Guys, so much going into this little infusion, but of course, once again, if you want to get some recipe inspiration, some of these crazy tips, head over to the expressoshow.com, where we will be serving you with this Nature Boy-inspired
birthday cake
fusion, I'd say. It's my birthday cake.
Your birthday cake.
My birthday cake.
So I added some liquid to the pan over there. I'm going to cook it down now, so like almost all of the moisture disappears. And the reason I kind of want the flavor to intensify, so I like dilute it first and then concentrate the flavors on the meat. So it's got all the beautiful flavor. What I'm gonna do now is also, I've got some bread, add a little bit of milk to it, took the crust off, and I've kind of like puffed up the bread with that milk.
What's wrong with the crust?
The crust is perfectly fine. Some people add the crust. You can.
Okay.
I mean. Actually, you know what? Yes. What's wrong with the crust?
Yeah, man. I'm discriminating here, my bread.
All I'm saying to you, Raul, is you change a traditional recipe. The Omas will line up a mile away to come after you.
This is true. This is true. Don't ever attempt to cook a cultural dish, especially in the Malay culture.
And then you change it.
Yeah, and change it. Oh, you're changing history right there. You're changing family tradition. Don't you dare.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Another traditional ingredient, chutney going in. So you're gonna mix it all up. Then what I like to do is I like to let this rest for a bit and kind of just give the mince and that bread a chance to all come together. And then once that happens, you're good to go. So this is the filling. What I've done to switch it up a little bit, make it a little different, is I've taken phyllo pastry and I've lined a spring
you naughty.
It's just something so different. We're taking a traditional recipe and we're modifying it. Just pop that over there, fill it up. And this is such a great dish, like for entertaining. I mean, we're not entertaining right now, but I mean. You're
entertaining me, Clem.
It's for you. We're celebrating. We're celebrating. So you top it. We're gonna make a simple custard. Let me just grab another bowl quickly, which is just cream and eggs, and that's the traditional layer that goes over the top.
Ah, of course, yes. This gives that little pizzazz look.
A little bit of pizzazz, you got it right. So free-range eggs going in. Throw the whole egg in. It's a new recipe. Throw the whole egg in. It's a new recipe.
Extra crunch and fiber.
Extra crunch. And yeah, texture's everything when you're cooking. So make sure you get as much
eggshell in that shell as well, if you dare.
Okay, cool. A little bit of cream going in there. Give it a good mix with a little bit of salt. And it's going to be the custard that goes over. But basically, all you're doing now, making that custard, pouring it over, dotting it with a few bay leaves. It goes to the oven for about 35 minutes. What you're trying to do now is just cook that custard. Everything else is already cooked. The pastry's been blind baked.
That is a wow.
This is something so traditional, but then you set it up a level by just serving it as
and savory.
A birthday cake for young Raul. Happy birthday!
Yeah!
That's how we do.
Thank you so much for my Boboite-inspired birthday cake, guys. Of course, head over to Expresso Show if you want to make one of these and celebrate this week. And I think I'm ready to celebrate this birthday.
Go for it.
Let's head over to Graham and catch up with some Springbok legends and see what they've been up to. Cheers.
So I'm chatting to Umalume Musa here. He's owned a small clothing factory for years now, and he's always inspired me with his success. But like a lot of businesses, this lockdown's hit him hard. So he spoke to his banker, and they've put together a tailor-made relief solution for him to help his business and his people get through this. Making your bank your business partner, that's a habit worth keeping.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Recently, we
we reported on the One Cup of Pup initiative feeding hundreds in some of our most vulnerable communities. And in so doing, it also brought together a pretty awesome network of NGOs and companies and a few eras worth of Springbok legends and good friends. Now, as we continue to celebrate 25 years since the elation of the 1995 Rugby World Cup, we are joined by two such legends who I'm sure have been trading some war stories while lugging kilos of pup down the production line. Captain of the 2007 World Cup winning Springbok team, John Smits, and the man who kicked us to glory in 95, Joel Stransky. Very good morning. Welcome, gents.
Good morning, all.
Good morning.
Joel, I'm going to start with you. Happy anniversary. I would imagine you've been feeling pretty nostalgic over the past week.
Yeah, it's been a great week, and I think it puts life in perspective a little bit, particularly in these tough and trying circumstances under lockdown. It was, obviously, we've spoken a lot about the Rugby World Cup. We've had a chance to reminisce a little bit and just, catch up with old friends. And I think that's what this sport does. You mentioned two old mates catching up on the Cup of Pup campaign, and I must tell you, John didn't carry too much. His wife worked harder than he did at times, but
that's a true story, guys.
But that's what this whole thing is about, isn't it? It's about the people and the journey and the friendship and all those bits. And this has been a time to catch up on those friendships. It's been wonderful.
You've both been involved in so many meaningful initiatives, especially in rugby and within sport. But considering the heartbreaking desperation that we've seen during the COVID crisis, great to see you rolling up your sleeves with Wayne and the guys from One Cup of Pup. It's one thing lending your face to a photo op, but it's another thing being expected to do actual manual labor. But John, it sounds like you managed to kind of dodge that bullet a little bit.
I went there for the first time, having been invited by Dave Van Ussel and Wayne Boardman, and wasn't quite sure what to expect. And I worked much harder than I expected, so I made sure that I took my wife the next week as well, so just to double up on the work. No, but I must say, Joel mentioned it earlier, it's pretty cool. We've done a few things during this lockdown to try and help raise some funds and make a bit of a difference. And Joel's got his own foundation, which does great work. And these two guys created something from nothing, really. And we were just happy to go along the ride and join and help where we could and add a bit of exposure and help financially if there was a need and carry bags of pup and food and deliver. And, you get your hands dirty in something like that, you start to realize just how fortunate you are. It gives you some fantastic perspective.
Joel, as John touched on there, you've had a foundation running for a while now, and this was obviously an opportunity for you to focus again on children. Why have you chosen to focus specifically your efforts on children?
So, and that's really quite simple. Nelson Mandela was my absolute hero, and I was very privileged to get to know him and spend some time with him. And I see John's background is a Mandela image with a whole lot of lovely photos there, and I mean, it really is very special. And he was the one who always said, the educating the youth is the most critical part of the future of this country. Education will be the cornerstone. Education will give the kids hope. It'll give them a future. It'll give them an opportunity to get employment. And as we see, unemployment figures skyrocketing at the moment, you realize how important education is going forward. For us, we wanted to make a difference in educating disadvantaged children because we want to give them hope and because we want to give them a future. And in our journey, we came to realize that, you can't just touch lives and walk away again. You need a long-term plan. And you need some sort of initiative that is sustainable and gives you longevity. And so we've dedicated our focus in the last 18 months to testing the eyesight of young kids and giving glasses to those in need. Because the reality is, if you can't see, you can't be educated. If you can't see, you can't see the football or the rugby ball or the tennis ball, the cricket ball. You can't participate in sport, team sport, learning team dynamics. Life is very different if you can't see. So we're trying to help those kids.
Yeah, we'll keep the details of your charity, your foundation up as well. Sort of more commendable efforts, John. The Springbok legends, not just from 95, but through all eras, have reunited to commemorate 95 with a special edition mask, by the sounds of it. Who will that be assisting, and how can we as the public support that?
Yeah, I think I've got mine here. I took it off just for our Zoom call, but I mean, I think this is something that Francois actually helped arrange, and he got the buy-in from SA Rugby. And for the first time, you've got all three teams with the Springbok logo and the World Cup logo. And it sounds like a simple thing to do, but you don't understand how much drama and admin that would require. Exactly. So these masks are available at a leading store in South Africa. I think it's $45 for the kids ones and $50 for the adults ones. But I can tell you right now that all the money raised is going to an unbelievable cause in the Chris Berger Pedro Jackson Fund, which looks after recipients that have been injured in the game with spinal cord injuries. And as you can well imagine, funding for that has been difficult. So this is going to help make a lot of people's lives a lot better.
Oh, we certainly wish all of the 95 legends the best over this special time, and thank you, along with all of the legends of 07, of 2019, for giving us literally some of the best moments of our lives and proving that sport has the power to inspire and shape a country, and that for this country, we as South Africans, we really can achieve anything we set our minds to.
So amazing to be in the presence of sporting legends this morning. And speaking about sporting legends, we wanted to know on our social media which of the local sports stars have been using their platform and their voice for doing good in the community. And so many of you have come through on our social media to write about them. One of them being from Blanche Lucas, saying Sia and his wife, Rachel Kolisi, have been so busy. Really admire their team spirit as a couple. Absolutely, I feel you, Blanche. And then another one coming through from Tabo, saying Lucas Radebe, ever since I knew of or heard of the man, I have not heard any nasty deed by him. I've listened to him in interviews, and the gentleman is very polite, knowledgeable, and down to earth. A big ups to Roo, #Expresso show. And then lastly, we have another one from Kwane1 saying, Sipiwe Chabalala, he has a charity that gives away school shoes, winter jackets, and food as well. And that is so amazing that we are highlighting all these sports stars today. But right now, we are going to head on over to the boys, where they're going head on head with a 5-second game.
Well, the thing is, Jamie and everyone at home, when you see this setup here, it's easy to be tempted to think that we're having a tea party. But no, we're not having a tea party over here. This is serious business. This is a challenge. This is a game. We're getting physical. Let's get... Okay. We're getting a little physical for our 5-second game because today's round is all about sports and fitness. And let's meet our competitors this morning. Over that corner there, we have the muscle machine, Ryle Demone. Woohoo! And the crowd cheers. Over this corner to my left, we have the man with too many abs to count. I don't know where to start. It's Katlego Mabue. Yeah! All right. Well, the gentlemen know that today all of the questions will be sports and fitness themed, and with the winter, with the winter right here, deep within the winter, the winner does take home the peanut butter Oma Rusks. Okay, guys, are you stretched, warmed up, and ready for it?
I'm ready. I just want to put out there, Tubbs, that this is not a game. This is real life. I've got to settle in a score to beat with this young man over here. He dragged me in the trenches last week, so this is my comeback.
Fantastic. You've got to redeem yourself. Katlego, are you hydrated? Are you ready? Are you strong? Are you stretched? Are you warmed up?
Let's go!
Well, let's go. That's it. Sounds like it. Let's start with you, Ryle. The game is on. You got 5 seconds to answer 3 questions. Ryle, name 3 sports that need a ball and bat.
Cricket, baseball, beach bat and ball.
Huh?
Beach bat ball?
Yeah.
Beach bat.
Beach bat sports. Hey, the auditors have just confirmed it's a valid answer. Katlego, let's keep it moving. Katlego, are you listening to your question? Name 3 sports that involve water.
Water polo, synchronized swimming and diving.
Ah, correct. That was perfect. Katlego, Ryle, name 3 exercise moves.
Exercise moves, a squat, a lunge, a push-up.
Correct, well done. Would have been a bit of a problem if you got that one wrong.
Yeah, madam.
Katlego, true question. Name 3 muscles.
Abdominals, gluteus, calves.
Spending a lot of time with
Serious, Maximus, my abdominus.
Ryle Demone, name 3 things that a jogger would have on them.
A bottle of water, a heart rate monitor, a cap for the sun.
It works, and correct. Katlego, name 3 things a swimmer needs.
Goggles, swimming cap, and a costume, hopefully.
A costume, swimming costume, correct. Ryle Demone.
You don't need it if you want, but you're not really a swimmer.
It's not that kind of swimming over in the sporting fraternity. Ryle Demone, name 3 athletic sports, my boy.
athletics, sprinting, javelin, high jump.
Yeah, all we got within the 5-second frame was haja.
It wasn't in.
It wasn't in. No. All we got was haja.
It's
and
an
then cut.
international way of pronouncing high jump. High jump.
I am so sorry. International travel is not open.
Are you dogging me?
Raul, good morning. That is incorrect. Katle Homabu, name 3 Olympic sports.
Okay. Badminton, fencing, gymnastics.
Correct, Kat. Ryle, name 3 things found in a gym. You should know this.
A dumbbell, a kettlebell, a battle rope. Easy.
Well done. Well done. On the mark. Kateho, get your coins. Name 3 excuses to skip practice.
Oh, my stomach hurts. I need to go see my girlfriend. I'm late for work.
You seem
I
very
need
good
to
at
see
that.
my girlfriend. Oh, that's a new one. Okay, well done. That's the point. Okay, so
Where did that come from?
yeah, that's a weird one.
Why
I've
do you need to go see
never
your
heard
girlfriend?
that one. Okay, so we're switching things up for this one, all right? For this particular one, the last one, I'm going to need the guys to get on their feet. Guys, get on your feet, please.
Okay. What?
And I need you to listen carefully, okay? Yeah.
Why are you moving your chair? He didn't say move your chair. He said get on your feet.
I just need
Do you know something that I don't?
I don't know.
Ryle, let's start with you.
Must I move my chair?
No, don't worry.
Oh.
Don't worry. Ryle, show me 3 exercises that would work the glutes.
Okay, done. Let's go. Glute bridge, fire hydrant, and a kickback.
Ah, hey, that's a point. That is a point. Yes, that is a point. Yes, it is. Managed to get it all done in 5 seconds, 3 of them. Katleho, I don't know if you're up for this one. It's a challenge. It's a difficult one, but I know that you're always
He's clearly
eager
got an
for a challenge.
advantage over me. You're the professional.
Oh, you're the guy with too many abs. More abs than I can even count. Okay, but listen to this. Show me, Katleho. Show me your abs.
Is that the challenge?
In 5 seconds, show me all rows of... No! That wasn't the challenge. That wasn't the challenge. That wasn't the challenge. But that was beautiful. But that was beautiful. Referee! That was beautiful. I love that. We might have to replay that later. But for a point this time around, for an actual point, show me if you can do 3 push-ups in 5 seconds. Go! Where's the clock? Where's the countdown?
Where's the clock?
Where's the countdown? It's a point. It's a point. It's a point. Ah, it's a very close one.
I can't believe it.
It's a close one. Well, we
That's
loved that. That
ridiculous.
was a beautiful moment. Listen, but the winner of this challenge, I have to say, ladies and gents, give it up for the one and only Kateho Mabue! Oh, he certainly ended. It's a brand new week and it's a brand new chance for you at home to win with Omar Rusks in our 24-hour dipping challenge. What we're doing is that this week we want you to send us a photo of you doing your breakfast dip. Don't worry, you don't need to send us pictures of your abs. Send us your breakfast dip because there is nothing, absolutely nothing better than having a rusk for breakfast. We know this. The competition is open until Thursday at 11 a.m. and you can, of course, enter on our Expresso Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show SABC3, as well as Twitter page. And be sure to include the hashtag anytime is dipping time. And this week, you are playing for an all-inclusive Omar Rusks hamper with 500 Rand. It's nice, it's amazing, it's unbelievable. And a shot at making it onto our leaderboard. So don't miss out. Remember that terms and conditions can be found on expressoshow.com. But Katleho today walks away with 2 boxes of our peanut butter flavored Omar Rusks. And we know that they are highly sought after, these. Well done, Katleho. You want to show us the abs again?
If Uncle Tabsy does not return after this ad break, you'll know why.
Referee!
Our favorite Omar Rusks just got a whole lot more yum yum with the all-new peanut butter flavor. Anytime is dipping time. Warm up your winter with Super M by winning your share of 500,000 Rand in cash and prizes. Whether you need a morning pick-me-up, a midnight snack, or a study cram filler. Buy any Super M, follow Super M SA on Instagram or Facebook. Share your warm-up filler and tag 3 friends to stand a chance of winning your share of that 500,000 Rand in cash and prizes.
with your Feel Good Breakfast show, Expresso, right here on SABC3. It's time for us to focus on coughs now, because we know that that's what everyone's going through, most people at the moment. We know a common symptom of catching a cold is a cough, along with a runny nose, scratchy throat, and headaches. But sometimes that nasty cough seems to hang around even weeks after recovering from the cold. And we chat this morning to Dr. Fezile Mkhize on how to deal with those lingering coughs. Dr. Mkhize, good morning.
Hey guys, always good to see your beautiful faces. How are you today?
Very good. Thankfully, no lingering coughs here, despite the season. Let's get to the heart of this. So we've had our flu, our cough, we've recovered, yet sometimes that lingering cough just hangs around. Why is that?
You're right, it is the season for it, and we are in the throes of this pandemic, so it is very good for us to be informed. We generally talk about the upper airway and the lower airway. We kind of differentiate with some anatomy down by the throat, but predominantly you have your lungs being the lower, and then you have everything up in your head and just about halfway from your neck being your upper. And when you get a viral infection, what essentially happens, especially in those first 1 to 3 days, you have that incubation period. That's when the virus is multiplying and replicating. And when that's happening, your immune system's kicking in. And generally, you have the first responders going in there, trying to make sure that they get a handle on that infection. And what happens is there's multiple signals that go out throughout your entire body. It's just not specified to one area within the respiratory system. So when you have that period in your body, you generally have that response happening for 3 weeks, most people, and can be anything more than 3 weeks for other people. And the big differentiator when we're talking about a lingering cough, because everybody wants to know a time frame, if you are having a cough that's still there without the major symptoms, your fever, your general body aches, your tiredness, just that cough, for up to 3 weeks having had a history of those, then we talk about a cough that's post-viral, post-infective, cough that's still there. And then we have that 3-week period where it's actually happening because your body has a hyper response to that infection. Your immune system is still very much vigilant and aware. It's doing all of the things it needs to do to make your body extra sensitive to anything that might be in the airways. So you end up coughing because of it.
So having said that, Doctor, are we still contagious in the phase of a lingering cough?
Generally, when we talk about being contagious, you would be contagious with symptoms, but we talk about a tapering effect. So you're most contagious generally within the first 24 hours, even when you don't know that you have the cold because you don't have the symptoms, your body's still mounting a response, and then you gradually come down. And we talk about you being probably the least contagious you will be 5 days after the initiation of your symptoms. But when we talk about that the post-viral cough, it's generally not very contagious in terms of the phase that you're in, but there's still a percentage of being contagious to the general population. So we always just say, when you're coughing, adhere to the same protocols and rules that we always do.
We know that when it comes to viruses that it is quite tricky to treat, but if we're moving out of that initial phase of treatment and, as you say, the major symptoms have started to subside and we're just left with the cough, how do we treat that? Can we treat that lingering cough?
Definitely, and we like to call it a self-limiting cough. So we say that up to 2 months, people will generally get better, and we have percentages for those time frames. But if we're just talking about the cough, it's more a symptom thing, because when you're sleeping at night, you don't want to be waking up because you're coughing, because you're extra sensitive to the air.
Sure.
So we talk about general measures that you'll have. So a humidifier is always a good idea, making sure that the air moisture, because the dry air can actually end up being quite irritating to the airway. The airway does like a certain amount of moisture when you're actually breathing in. Try stay away from cold fluids. Those can also be a bit of an aggravator for a lot of people. And a big thing is to make sure that you're also getting enough sleep. We talk about things like cough syrups. They have pseudoephedrines, kind of very similar to decongestant. It's actually a decongestant, and you also have antihistamines. And these can be gotten over the counter, and you can speak to your pharmacist, and they'll generally know what would help you.
Well, what about exercising, Dr. Fez? Should we be exercising and doing our normal sort of active routines when we have a cough?
I always say, especially in that time, up to that 2 months, try very low intensity workouts. You can go for long walks, you can sit and meditate, those things I say help you a lot more because your body is still in a point where it's reacting. So I always say, take it a bit easy. Don't think about it as how soon can I get back to running my marathon or doing hundreds of push-ups, but just kind of recalibrate your body and generally after that 2-month period, or you can even say 6 weeks, you'll feel that you're feeling a lot better and you're normal, and that cough is the big thing. If that's also gone away, then you are more than welcome to get back to your regimen.
A little self-care goes a long way. Maybe let me take it to a more negative extreme. What happens if this cough doesn't go away? At what point can you become a little bit nervous and then go out and actually seek professional advice? When do we kind of draw the line that it could be something more serious?
We say anything from 3 to 8 weeks is the time period. We say, okay, it's still a lingering cough. It's probably because of that infection and it will resolve itself, self-limiting as it were. Up to that point, when we move into the 2-month mark, so after 8 weeks, then there is potentially an issue. That's when we say, okay, you can come in, we need to do a workup, we need to see if there's anything that's occurred or if there's a problem that's going on that we now need to kind of isolate and see how we can help you. And you can also look at it in the light of if your cough is getting worse during that time period, that can also be an indicator for you to come and seek health advice from a medical practitioner.
Thank you so much, Doc. Always an absolute pleasure connecting with you because you're able to simplify these very grand ideas in a way that, to be sort, I can understand. But thank you so much, man. And all the best, as we say every time we speak. Stay safe, most importantly, and stay sane in these crazy times. But great to connect with you.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. And more importantly, thank you for everything that you do. I've had patients coming in just telling me how they've benefited so much from these informative segments. So thank you from my side and for the country.
Well, this was brought to you by Dialinked Junior, a cough syrup specially formulated for alleviating coughs in young children. Dialinked Junior is sugar and alcohol free and recommended for children 2 years and older. Dialinked Junior clears a wet cough and thins and loosens chest mucus, suitable for children from the age of 2 years.
And now up next, something delicious for the pescatarians out there. Thanks very much to Be Well, a spicy grilled prawn salad. It's ready in minutes and a treat on the taste buds. This is a recipe that just keeps on giving. So stay tuned as we show you how to boost your immunity by eating well and, of course, enjoying every mouthful at the same time. Nicole, are you ready for this?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Be well.
So well.
Yes! Go. It's a thing now. Be well, saba well.
Yeah, we thought it just like rolls off the tongue.
Right. So what do we need for this recipe?
So pescatarian, for the viewers that don't know what pescatarian is, it's all things fish and seafood.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what we're including in this. So I just added a beautiful canola oil in here. So you're gonna always add a little bit of fat when marinating.
Okay.
So then we don't need to add extra oil on when we
Yeah. So rather coat the actual meat or the actual seafood that you're cooking instead of the pan.
Exactly. Otherwise, the oil goes at the bottom of your griddle.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if you're going to do this at the braai, it's essential to put your oil on your meat or on your protein.
Okay.
So we've got a little bit of chili. We've got loads of garlic. I mean, what is seafood without garlic?
Yes.
Garam masala. We've got a bit of turmeric.
Yeah.
We've got a little bit of coriander.
Okay.
And just a little splash of lemon juice going in here.
You know what? I love the fact that you're doing it this way because people inevitably end up squeezing half a lemon onto their fish or to their prawns in order to kind of boost the flavors of that seafood. Now that you're doing it this way, it's going to be almost like the flavor is going to be infused into the meat of the prawn as well.
And also the lemon juice also like slightly cooks it and like marinates it, so it also doesn't need too long on your heat.
Yeah, opens up those fibers a little bit more, tenderizes it almost.
Yeah, so our base of our marinade is going to be a little bit of their mayonnaise. We've got the tangy one because, I mean, I feel like tangy and seafood really do go well together.
Yeah.
So you're just going to mix this all up.
It's like a tartar sauce almost.
Yeah, you could say a tartar, but this is more like a Eastern spicy type of one.
Okay.
So we've got some prawns in here. I'm not going to do too many because I've cooked most of them.
You can never have too many prawns.
I know,
just
right?
By the way.
So these ones, I've just taken the shell off the tail and I've deveined them, which means you take the little dadumpy, it's like its digestive tract.
Yes.
You take that out.
Is it difficult to do that?
No, not at all. I could show you actually, or now I don't have a deveined one, but what I could show you, like what you do is you take your prawn, I'll take a cooked one, and you take your skewer like that and you just lift it
Around
up.
its back.
Around its back, and you lift it and you'll see it come straight out.
Okay. That's how you devein a prawn.
Yeah.
And then you've also removed the shell so that the marinade actually gets right into the prawn meat and not onto the hard shell outside, because then you would have wasted it, right?
Exactly. And also you don't want to bite into that, and it's just not pleasant.
Yes.
So it's just, I mean, it is edible, but I wouldn't say it's nice to eat. So you're gonna add these either on a skewer, just to help you braai them better, to maintain more control of your prawns. But I am going to just add them onto my griddle pan just to cook. Prawns cook very quickly, you guys.
That's the thing. There must be, what is the technique to cooking a prawn perfectly? Because the last thing you want is a dried out prawn.
So you want a high heat, which is perfect for a griddle pan or a braai. Otherwise, you got a hot pan. And then you'll see it starts to change color. It goes like a beautiful pink color like we've got over there in front of you. So you'll see it goes a beautiful pink color and you'll know it's cooked. So you can also break the skin open and it's nice and white and firm. You don't want it too firm because then it starts to go rubbery and you're actually like chewing on your prawns rather than eating them, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of the ingredients that we've been using, of course, our Be Well canola oil is what we've been using over there. It is a Cancer Smart Choice. Of course, it has the South African Smart Cancer Choice seal in aiming to reduce the risk factors associated with cancer development. There as well, you can see it nice and beautiful red, and it's got the knife and fork and the heart there. That's what lets you know that it does support good health all round.
100%. So I always say, like, when you're cooking, you always need a form of fat. So this oil is a great fat to cook with your prawns. So it also doesn't take on too much flavor, and it's just such a nice versatile high heat as well. Like we said, the prawns need a high heat to cook. So then we've got our salad. So we're gonna just assemble. I've got beautiful cos lettuce. You could use iceberg lettuce. I would just shred it beautifully. And I've taken my cucumber, and you can see I've made it into like little strips. All I did was take a peeler.
Yes.
And then cut it.
Okay, so no need to go back to our knife skills episode on Facebook to know how to do that. So a peeler will do the job.
Exactly. Just a standard peeler. If you don't have a peeler, then you're going to test out your knife skills, aren't you? A little bit of avocado going on here as well. And I just find the avo is so refreshing on a salad as well. If you don't have avo, it's okay. You don't need to put avo on, but I just feel it really adds a lot of flavor.
Yeah. Quick one as well. If you're going to be doing your prawns on a skewer like you've done over here, obviously on a griddle pan like that, it's a bit kind of easier, if you will. But if you're going to be doing it on an open braai, you want to soak your skewers first in water, right?
Yes.
So that they don't burn. Otherwise.
Good note. So yes, otherwise you land up with like your little stockie on the inside of your prawns that got nothing to grab on. So yes, you do soak them. But on a griddle pan like this, I think it's fine because they cook so quickly. But if you have an open flame and it can catch a light, I mean, they're very thin. So yeah, you don't want that to happen. So you add your prawns on, you can see they've changed beautiful color.
Oh, yes.
And they got nice and pink. And, you know, that's all it is. And you're going to add it to your salad. I'll give these a couple more seconds. And then you serve it up.
Okay, of course, while you do that, if you'd like more delicious and health-conscious recipes, you can head over to bewellfoods.co.za to download your free immune-boosting cookbook. And of course, it shouts all the way out to Be Well and Expresso for once again bringing all of the spice and all that is nice straight into your kitchen. Enjoy it at home, try it out. Send us your pictures. I'm sure you can make it look just as good, if not even better.
Visit bewellfoods.co.za to download your free immune-boosting cookbook today. Be Well. Love, food, life.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is Expresso on SABC3. It's a beautiful Monday morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Time for us to get on going with some more inspiration and motivation from one of our sports icons. And it's Caster Semenya this time around. She has had such an incredible career. Her focus, her determination, and her sheer will to succeed, even though she's been under the spotlight and many times being really given such a tough time as far as her gender identity is concerned. And she's had this to say. She said, "I think I have made a difference. I have meant a lot to my people. I have done well. They are proud of me, and that was the main focus. I was doing it for my people, the people who support me." Always continuing to be such a trailblazer in her space, but also such a humble person as well. We can take a page out of that book of Caster Semenya. Take that and run with it on this beautiful Monday morning. Time for us now to be inspired as far as all things aesthetics are concerned with Jamie and Knox.
Absolutely, we are in the W Beauty Room, and in the words of style maven Rachel Zoe, style is a way to say who you are without having to speak. And man, oh man, you at home are speaking volumes with your fabulous fashion moments. Now, last week we asked you to show us your favorite winter look by posting a photo on Expresso's Facebook page using that hashtag Expresso Show, so that our fashion and beauty editor Knox Mafu can show how to step up your style with hoolies. And good morning, Knox.
Good morning,
girl. You came through. Listen, when people were on the social media platforms, I was like, you're gonna have a tough job.
It was tough. It was tough because obviously, like, our viewers really know how to show themselves off, different styles across the board. It was really hard to pick. It was really, really nice.
But why was it so important for you to do something like this, where you wanted to, give back and was like, listen, let mama school you a bit. Let mama just show you how I can elevate your winter style.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, for the longest time, I've always wanted a stylist. You get dressed in the morning, you're like, I wonder what I'm gonna wear. What is it gonna look like? And I just had no idea what I was going to do. And I thought, our viewers spend so much time watching us, learning from us. Let's find a way that we can step up their style with the things that they have already. And you know what? It's so easy.
Okay, so who are the lucky two people that you chose, and how did you even get to style them?
Yeah, so we chose two incredible women. It's the Jays this morning. So we've got Josephine and Jocelyn, Jocelyn, and we've got Jolene, who are incredible. Two different styles. I think Jocelyn is very, Josephine's very expressive and vibrant, and we've got a more minimal style in Jolene. So I thought it might be nice to just take two different looks and see how we can step them up, and I think we've got some great ideas here.
Okay, so I see a lot of color, which is something we've been speaking about. Animal print, check on check, color, just all those these textures as well, to make sure that you look fresh for winter.
And vibrant.
So tell me how you did that, or with these key pieces.
Okay, so we've got our first one, which is actually from our top fan, actually, Josephine, and it's incredible. So she's got a very vibrant look to her. So I love the black and white that was already on her outfit. The pose already told me that this is someone who likes style and something loud, and also just vibrant. So I've got these incredible pants here, which I think do really well to finish off the black and white look that she had already. Based on the expressive nature and the print that she had already, I think this kind of silver feature here is a very nice touch for her. And then, of course, to complete the look, to match that pop of red that she had, we take it to the top.
You are going
there. With this beautiful coat, which I think is such a lovely addition to any wardrobe. I love the way it can cinch on the waist also, so doing really good for her figure over there. But I think in combination with what she's already wearing and her style, the hints that she gave me already, these two would be incredible to add to her wardrobe.
Josephine, that is already your style tip over there. And then we have another one, which is Jolene. So it's our last viewer that you chose, handpicked by Miss Knox Mafu herself. Take me through it.
So Jolene, I love because it's very simple, very minimalistic, and I think a lot of our viewers also sometimes need something, just a small kind of pop of color. You don't want to overtake it to the top. So with her kind of white top that she has underneath with a denim, I thought a beautiful layer on top of that might be this beautiful, beautiful knit, which has got this beautiful effect as if it's got mohair, but it's a nice, very light material, a pop of color that you would like with the white shirt that you would have seen underneath there with her denim. And then of course we could also pair that, let me just move that, we could pair that with a beautiful boot over here, a lovely way to elongate the ankle over there and the leg. So of course I love this beautiful detail here. So this would go really well with this and also with another kind of knit. If she wants to go with a more monochrome look, we spoke about how that's also great at the moment. The neutrals are winning, so of course I love this knit that she could add on top of her thing or even as just a top on itself, and I think she'd look absolutely incredible.
Ladies, you are welcome. Just like that, we have taken each look to the next level thanks to Huli's and of course our in-house fashion beauty editor, Knox. So get out there and take these tips to make sure you mark your style just with all this influence. But remember, you can shop the latest trends and winter styles at Woolworths, in-store, online, or on the Woolworths app. Mama, you're the one.
Always.
One, two, one, two, one, two. Here I am waiting. Abide in me, I pray. Here I am longing for you. Guide me in your... Okay, what does he say, guide? That's
how you do it, Jared. What's the... Here I am waiting.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it. It is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso. We're live on SABC3. We're keeping the good spirits up. We're keeping the feel-good energy on the show this morning all the way up. And obviously to further, give and to challenge everybody else out there to do the same, our crew have challenged each other to do that. Contributions to the Woolworths Fill a Bag campaign. As we all know, there is no amount too small, and every single pledge does help to make a collective difference. Right?
It's so true, Tubbs. I think it's such a crazy concept to think how little can actually go so much. And as you can see, for just as little as 10 Rand a day, it'll help provide 3 meals for that entire day for someone that truly is in need. And you're going to make that day. And it's that easy to make such a big difference in our lives. Now, obviously, to show us just how easy we can, of course, help out, our very own Kat Lecho will be starting this week off with a donation of his own. Kat, how are we doing, brother?
Good, absolutely, guys. I think that it's so important that we, challenge our friends, our families, and just call everyone to do the little bit that they can. And as you've heard, for as little as 10 Rand, you could help somebody be fed 3 meals.
Yeah.
So go ahead and do as much as you can. I'm going to do that right now. So obviously you pull up your Snap Scan on your phone, and then you can see that QR code. It's actually so quick. Once it recognizes it's as quick as that, and then you're going to type in your amount. I'm going to go with 500 today.
Come on, somebody! A round of applause, 500 Rand. Well done.
See what I mean?
That's good, Kat.
As simple as that. And once you've paid it, I mean, it actually makes you feel good at the end of the day, knowing that during this very difficult and challenging time, you've helped someone out there who might not have had a meal today, but they're eating and they're able to have a belly full of food and feel slightly comforted in these difficult times.
Thank you so much, Kat. I mean, that generosity is certainly going to go a long, long way, and you're going to be feeding so many people. Thank you. We really appreciate that. Well done. And remember, if you don't have Snap Scan, then you can also use your banking app to scan the QR code on the screen right now, or you can go onto woolworths.co.za/together we will for more information on how you can make an EFT donation if you're not going to be scanning the QR code.
Of course, a massive, massive thank you to you beautiful people out there, South Africa, for continuously considering our citizens in need and making an effort to assist however possible. We know how little can help so much. And so far, Woolies has managed to raise, listen to this, guys, 2,030,600.
Come on! Yeah! Wow.
Absolutely incredible. You heard it correctly. That is over the 2 million rand mark. And this does include the 1 million from the Woolworths Trust. So thank you to your collective efforts. Wow, Tubbs.
Man.
Absolutely incredible. Incredible. That original 1 million donation from the Woolworths Trust provided 3,380,983 meals. And thanks to the efforts of the South African public, we have managed to provide another 343,599 meals. That gives us a total of 682 meals, 582 completed in total. Tubbs, I don't even know what to say, man.
This
Absolutely
is
incredible.
insane. It warms my heart. This obviously towards that 1 million meal goal, and it seems like we are fast and furiously heading to that because we can. And it's obviously evident that when we band together and we come together, anything is possible. We can achieve anything. We can make a huge difference. Teamwork does make the dream work. So share your video donations. Show us the process of you donating on our Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show SABC3, for a chance to be used right here on the show. But wow, well done to all the South Africans who've come together to make this happen. Of course, Katlego, thank you so much for your generosity this morning. We can do it together. We will. Woo! Love it.
How amazing is that? South Africa, that is all you for giving back. Like, you
No,
are
wait. On Friday, we were like 900 and something thousand
Just
rand. And I
under
was like, okay, cool, we're going to make 1 million definitely this weekend. People got paid because we got a whole 1 million rand over the weekend. No, I can't tell you. I literally have goosebumps. I actually want to cry because I've been getting messages from people saying they received their care package. Honestly, guys are getting, no.
Aww.
No, that's absolutely amazing. No.
This is what you are doing, South Africa. You are making sure that people are being fed. 2 million rand, that is insane. Chef Clem is in tears. But I know something that's also going to bring tears to your eyes at home is that we are making a delicious homemade fit cook with minced curry. And that tears is going to go in there. And it's
I'm
all
a
the
mess.
love.
I'm a mess.
It's okay, Boo.
Okay, I'm going to cook without talking. Honestly, this is honestly so amazing. Okay.
It's the onions. It's the onions. Like,
it's the onions.
It's 100%.
Okay. Okay, Jamie, I'm gonna cook and you can just say what I'm doing.
Okay, I will definitely be.
Okay.
I will definitely be.
Onions going in, so we're gonna start browning that off.
Do you want to wash your hands first, maybe?
By the way, what we're doing is we're making mince fit cook. Completely forgot.
Fit cook.
Okay, so we're sticking with the whole mince vibe because it is daily difference right now. So we know like mince is everything. So this is like the simplest, most nostalgic recipe ever. Mince fit cook is absolutely amazing, and we all have memories from this. I remember like this being made on a Monday, Tuesday coming from school, and having like snackwich with the mince.
Okay,
it's so good. It's so delicious. So onions cooked down. What are you gonna do now? We're gonna start building on the flavors. We're gonna add some curry paste. Instead of adding like the spices, curry paste is quite intense in flavor already, so you don't have to cook it down. That's just gonna go in. Then I'm using a Kadai curry paste. I'm just using all the different spice mixes because I know that they add different flavors. This is really, really good because it's super roasted and it gets a nice, like, intense curry flavor. So that's gonna go in.
I have to tell you though, when I heard that we're making fit cook, I was like, listen, fit cook takes me back to like youth days. Like it was a Friday evening, you had to have that fit cook, and like there was always that one lady in the church that made the best fit cook, like Auntie Rona or something, and they were like, you must taste Auntie Rona's fit cook. So like today, I'm very excited to taste your fit cook because I'm like, the pressure has been set. I'm gonna have to go back to my church and be like, Chef Clem actually made a better fit cook than Auntie Rona.
Oh my goodness. And the aunties will battle who does the best curry mince as well. It gets really, really intense. Families have split up over arguments over mince curry. Okay, cool. So now the curry paste is going in. A lot of times when people see that the curry paste is running dry, they add more oil to it, which is fine because fat does carry flavor, but you don't want to end up with a curry that, especially a mince curry, that's too fatty. That's just like, you can't do that. So you can actually add a bit of water to it at this stage, and that'll actually cook out the paste, cook out your spices. So lay back on that oil a bit. Then my little flavor pack bomb. You use this, and this is the instant amazing dish. It's got the garlic, ginger, turmeric, and it's got the chili in there. No chopping because it causes you to tear. Right, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, so that's going in. Mix it through. Then we're gonna go with our mince. So again, just like when I made the bobotie earlier, we're not trying to like get that crust on the mince right now. We're keeping it super like, we want it to melt into the curry. That's the trick. So you add your mince to it, but you want to make sure that you cook your mince through.
Is there a difference in putting your spices in first versus putting it after the mint? So
Yeah.
if I had to do like all of that after?
You can totally do, when you add your spices after, you can totally do that. It's totally fine. And I've watched quite a few recipes to see how people make this, to see is there a sequence that you do spice first, then mince, and it differs. It's perfectly fine. As long as you get that flavor in there, that's all you really want. So cool, you're gonna brown up your mince, and then to that, remember you got the curry paste in that's already been cooked down. This is speed cooking right now with maximum flavor.
And that smell is already
It's
giving
already
me,
there.
I'm like, the neighbors are gonna come knocking like, Chef Clem, what are you doing today? Like, they can smell that mince curry from like 2 roads away. I promise you.
It's so good. Okay, you can't do mince curry without peas. Without the peas, you need the peas. Kelly, what is it called? Kelly calls it air cheese.
Air cheese, yes, it's
There
air
we
cheese,
go.
100%.
Exactly, and you can't make a mince curry without this, so you absolutely need these. And it's in season, handpicked right now. They're so good, they're so delicious. That's
And again,
going
that
in.
convenience of just opening it up and just popping it in
Yeah.
there, that is saving me like 20 seconds of doing something
Oh,
else.
for sure. And it is so sweet right now. And I like we don't really like overcooking vegetables, but this is the one that when you overcook the peas slightly and it kind of shrinks a little bit, that's nostalgic. You want that in the curry.
want that mushiness.
You want that mushiness. Okay, cool. Winner,
Wow.
winner, Magwinya dinner. These are, they're still hot, South Africa. I can just get into it right now. These are so beautiful. It's crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside, and this is exactly what you need for this Monday. It is cold.
Wow.
It is cold outside. This is what you need. Okay.
Wow.
Beautiful.
You're taking us all the way back.
On a Monday. Memory
On a
Mondays.
Monday.
Okay, so what are you gonna do now? You can add a little bit of butter to it. Can you see the steam, South Africa?
Steam is still coming out. Like, I just want to put butter on there and then just get in there, but yeah.
So when people ask on social media, is the food you make real? Yes.
I mean,
absolutely. Look at that. Okay, load it up. Like I said, you can totally do butter. Oh, curry leaves also very important. You need curry leaves in your mince curry. I've got these beautiful big ones, and it's great because you can pick them out if you don't want it.
Yeah.
So all you're gonna do is just load it up. I've got a beautiful sambal. Also, I've shopped those tomatoes from Daily Difference. Sambal, yes.
I was just going to say, you can't do a curry without this. Like the onion, I call it the onion
Let me grab it from
salad.
here. So the sambal's pretty great. And also a tip for South Africa, when you make a sambal the day before, so the vinegar and the sugar can really get absorbed into the onions and the tomato. That's going on there. And because yogurt, Daily Difference right now as well, I got the plain yogurt. All I did was I took some mint. I took some coriander, garlic, and then the beautiful yogurt. Mix it together.
Dip it.
Just a little bit. And you just feed yourself. South Africa, you deserve this. These are 2 million rand Magwinya right now. Thank you.
Sir,
This is it.
a mince fit cook curry has never looked this good. I will have to try this and then tell everyone if Auntie Rona's is better or yours. But by the smell of this, you want to get your hands on this. And remember, if you do want to get your hands on this recipe, all you have to do is head on over to our website, www.expressoshow.com.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Thank you.
Well, on that delicious note, it's time to close off this Monday edition of your Feel Good Breakfast Show with Jared Ricketts. Of course, the songs voted for by you, and we're about to enjoy the very last one called Eagle's Wings. Take it away, guys.
Here I am waiting, abide in me, I pray.
Expresso show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.